So the movie begins with Echa, who tells her story, and she says that she dreams the same thing every night, in which she sees a very handsome man in a splendid house who comes close to her every day. Even tonight, when Echa was dreaming this, we saw that in real life too she had a demon, and it was clear from this that Echa is under the demon's spell. Ow. Well, when Echa wakes up at night, she was feeling very happy when her husband comes home, but she was also getting angry that her husband has started coming home very late every day. Echa tells her husband to keep everything in the right place, and he does, but we see that a demonic hand throws all those things here and there, which made Echa angry. In such a situation, there is an argument between Echa and her husband. And her husband gets angry and leaves from here without taking meal. The next day, Echa goes to work and tells her friend about her trouble that she feels. That her husband has changed. He does not pay attention to her like before. Then her friend explains to her that she also does not treat him like before. She does not speak sweetly with him like before and does not get ready for him. She tells Echa that if you want your husband to pay attention to you, then get ready properly for him tonight. Here Echa's husband Ariel was also worried about the same thing, that Echa is not happy with him. Tells this to his senior too. Then the senior also advises him that you should go and talk to Echa nicely. Now tonight, as soon as Ariel comes home, Echa was ready very well. She also talks to him kindly, and today they have a very good day. As Echa wanted Ariel to love her, Ariel also loves her. But during this time we also see that demon with both of them. Well, Echa now falls asleep, and in her dream, she sees the same handsome man again, and tonight. That handsome man was angry. He tells Echa that you cannot go out of my control. Echa opens her eyes in fear on hearing this. In the dream, that man had also placed a flower on her belly. Echa woke up in fear and saw that the flower was lying on her bed, and now her husband Ariel was not there. When Echa went downstairs, Ariel had prepared breakfast for her. Both of them decide to start a new life by apologizing to each other for their past mistakes. When Echa came to work today, she saw the same flower in the storeroom, which was on her bed. When she tried to pick it up, someone else's hand picked up that flower first. She looked back in fear and saw that the handsome man from her dream was now in front of her, who was moving quickly towards her. Echa did not know why she was feeling scared of him, and as soon as Echa saw his reflection in the mirror, she got even more scared, because he was looking like a devil in the reflection that makes her vomit. And when she goes to the washroom, her friend also comes in, looking for her. Echa left from there without talking to her. Her friend got very upset after seeing her vomit, because there was blood and a lot of worms in that vomit. In the evening, Echa meets her sister, and through their conversation, we come to know that Echa loves children. But despite being healthy, she did not have any child till now, and the doctors were also prescribing them some medicines. She now asks Ariel to bring her medicines, and as he receives Echa's message, he notices Echa in his empty building. He is surprised and calls her. Then Echa starts running. He also runs after her and sees that Echa's appearance suddenly turned mysterious. Her belly swelled. She became pregnant, and while screaming, her child was also born, which was absolutely devilish. That child now starts moving towards Ariel, and Echa keeps smiling at Ariel in a creepy way. To save himself from that child, Ariel runs and collides with his senior. He was telling the senior everything about how Echa was behind him, but now when he looked back, there was no one behind him. Ariel takes a leave and comes home, where he sees that Echa was normal, and she was talking to him normally. But Ariel was behaving strangely with her, and she also felt this. He tells Echa to call the healthcare nurse tomorrow morning, and saying this, he goes to sleep. Even while sleeping, he was seeing all the visions that he saw at night, through which he was feeling fear again and again. In the morning, that lady whom Ariel had called comes and starts massaging Echa, and while doing so, she tells Ariel that Echa was 3 months pregnant. Hearing this, Echa became very happy, but Ariel becomes very sad. She couldn't be 3 months pregnant because Ariel and Echa hadn't been close in 6 months. Ariel discusses all these things with his senior. Then his senior also advises him to talk to Echa himself about all these things. Here Echa was very happy, as if she had found a treasure. She joyfully tells all her colleagues about her pregnancy, but we see that Echa's friend was not happy today. She was worried for Echa, because the previous day she had seen worms and blood in Echa's vomit, which was not a good sign. But Echa was overjoyed, so, she ignored all the things of her friend. We're in the parking. Ariel heard a child crying from inside a car. When he went and checked the car with a light, he saw a devilish child in the car. Seeing this, he runs away from here in fear, and as soon as he runs away, we see behind Demon was holding that child in his hands. After going home, Ariel checks Echa's phone because he was suspecting Echa, and he also finds a boy's chat in her phone. When he asks Echa about this, she tells him that this boy was her childhood friend, who was just talking to her after a fight with his wife. There was nothing like that between him and Echa. She was now understanding why Ariel was doubting her. So she angrily tells Ariel that tomorrow we will go to the laboratory and get the test done. And I will prove that this child is yours. Agreeing with Echa, they reach the hospital in the morning, where when the doctor checks Echa, it is found that Echa was not pregnant at all. So, what was all this that was happening? The doctor tells that when a girl wants to become a mother and obsesses with this, then such changes often start appearing in her body that she starts thinking that she is pregnant. The healthcare nurse also told her that she is pregnant just by looking at her body shape, although there was nothing like that. Hearing all this, Echa becomes even more upset, and Ariel gets very sad that he doubted Echa unnecessarily. Echa was upset. She goes and shares the whole thing to her friend. Her friend tells her that whatever is happening with you is not right. That is why she takes Echa to her teacher Zany. As Zany sees Echa, he notices the same demon behind Echa, and he understands that there is a big trouble with Echa. Now he calls Echa and her friend inside and starts telling them about such giants. His job is to spoil the married life of people. Here he asks Echa whether you have any dreams or delusions. When Echa tells him about her dreams, he tells her that you are possessed by such giant who spoils people's home. Now Echa also tells Zany about her pregnancy. Zany says that you are not pregnant, Echa, and on hearing this she gets even more angry. Echa's condition was very bad, so her friend stays with her for a long time till she falls asleep. After that, she leaves to go home. She sees a kitten on the road, which she picks up and places at the top so that no one would crush it. But suddenly she feels strange. When she looks back, there is the same giant there, from whom she had taken Echa to Zany to save her. That is why that giant was burnt with rage, and he kills Echa's friend while attacking. Echa can see all this in her dreams and gets up in fear. She was also hearing noise from outside when she went out in fear. Her friend was lying dead just like she had seen in her dream. Her friend's death had left Echa shattered. Echa also started feeling guilty that her friend's death was because of her. When Ariel comes home, he finds Echa crying badly. As Echa tells the whole thing to Ariel, Ariel feels the sadness too. Now while crying, Echa's belly swells up so much as if she has become pregnant. Seeing this, both of them get worried. Anyway, the next morning, Echa tells Ariel about those dreams which she used to have every day, and about which Zany had said that these are dreams shown by the giants. Now, Ariel feels that it is better to take Echa to Zany. Zany was realizing how much trouble Echa and Ariel are in. That's why he agrees to help them. And here Echa's exorcism starts. That is, the process of getting rid of the demon is started, but this demon was very powerful. He enters Echa's body during the exorcism, and he tells them in a terrifying voice that they cannot separate this demon from Echa, because in another world, Echa had married this demon. After which, that demon leaves Echa's body, and at this time Echa feels intense pain. Zany tells Ariel that this demon ruins the lives of couples in such a way, and it is very important to get rid of it. To get rid of him, he tells them some verses which they had to recite every day. They keep reciting those verses for 14 days, and in reality, their life becomes much more normal than before. And by reciting these verses, she also stopped getting those dreams. But one day, Ariel tells Echa that he will have to go out of city for some work, though he did not want to leave Echa in such a condition. But by going to another city, he was going to get a lot of money, which would solve all their financial problems. Echa tells Ariel that you should go. I will take care of myself. After her husband leaves, Echa recites the same verses and falls asleep. But we see a strange look in her house tonight. That giant had come back. He was going to take advantage of Ariel going away from Echa. When Echa left to work in the morning, the eyes of all her colleagues changed. They started moving towards Echa in a scary manner and started saying in mysterious voices that, Echa, you cannot leave me. Echa gets very scared of all these things, and she calls her sister home at night. Echa now had talked about all these occurrences to Ariel on call, that all this had happened to her. Now Ariel calls Echa's sister, and she tells her that whatever happens, you should not let Echa sleep, because this happened before as well, that when her friend had taken her to Zany after Echa fell asleep, the giant had killed Echa's friend, and now if Echa fell asleep, the giant can definitely attack both of them. She keeps Echa engaged in talking, but while talking, Echa falls into such a deep sleep that she cannot resist. Her sister tries to wake her up by shaking her very hard. When Echa does not wake up, Giant suddenly attacks her sister. He first touches her shoulder, and then lifts her and throws her down from the bed. Echa's sister comes out of the room in fear. Then some invisible entity lifts her and smashes her on the wall, and Echa's sister falls unconscious right there. When Echa wakes up briefly after a while, her belly had swelled again, and she was feeling much pain. Seeing this, she got furious and started staggering down from there. She did not even see her sister slumped near the stairs, who was unconscious at this time. Echa takes a hanger and tries to take out that baby from inside her, but fails. By the time Ariel reaches there, Echa was in a terrible condition. Ariel restores Echa's sister's consciousness, and then he immediately takes Echa with him to Zany's house, where Zany gathers many other people. And here the exorcism of Echa started. Here many people were reading supplications, and here inside Echa's dream we were seeing another world, the world of giants. In that giant's world also, she was hearing the prayers recited by all these people. And she wanted to leave this world with the help of these prayers, but here that giant comes and says to her that you cannot leave my world. Echa gets scared of him and starts running here and there, and by her running that giant gets angry, and he suddenly comes to Echa and grabs her from behind. As he grabs her in the giant's world, here in the real world, Echa gets completely possessed. She gets up from the bed, and her bed also rises into the air. Her eyes had also become devilish, and she was laughing with a roar just like giants. These people had now started reciting their prayers even louder, due to which that giant was also getting a lot of pain. That giant comes also tries to scare Zany, but Zany is not scared. Now that giant also starts feeling pain, and he loosens his control over Echa. As Echa and her bed come on the ground, Ariel starts reciting the same verse in her ears, and in this way, Echa sees in her dream that Ariel is telling her that, I need you come back to my world. And here in the world of giants, Echa puts in all her effort to free her life from that giant in the world of giants. She could still hear the prayers recited by all these people, which when she herself starts reciting in the world of giant, then the world of that giant starts getting destroyed. And here in the real world, we see that Echa is no longer possessed, and finally this spell of Zany works, and Echa is freed from that giant. She was now completely released from that giant's grip. Ariel and her sister were very happy to see this. At the end of the story, we are shown the time after 6 years where Echa now had 2 children, and their life was now normal. We see that when Echa's children were playing outside, Echa's sister goes to pick them up from outside, and we see the same devil outside the house who was in human form at this time, and he was looking so mysterious to Echa's sister. It is being told that the giant is not able to completely possess Echa now, but he did not go too far from her. At the end of the movie, we were also shown that real girl on whom this movie was made. It means this movie is a true story, and the movie ends here by showing the interview of that girl.